I felt that it was really important in the story that there be no villains, and that, to me, the great thing about Planet of the Apes as a world, as a story, as a metaphor, is that obviously the conceit is that these are animals that have taken over the world, but the secret is, of course, that we are the animals that have taken over the world, and so these apes are really us, and looking into the face of the apes, we see ourselves. And so I thought, wow, here we are making a summer blockbuster that's really a drama, and I thought that there was an opportunity to have empathy for all the characters so that you could come to understand really an anatomy of violence. And you could also be drawn into the potential for connection, because this could have gone another way. It's actually a poignant idea, I thought, and I was like, gosh, wouldn't it be great if we could create two families? An ape family that's sort of on the ascendancy, and a human family that has just gone through the worst tragedy in the history of humanity, and a family that is fractured in pieces and is trying to find a way to come together to heal itself. So that you had these two families that suddenly, almost like a mythic Western, these two tribes that both want to survive, they're both on this same sort of area of land, and the question is, will they turn to violence, or is there another way? And to let all of that sort of play out in a way that you understood how each character had arrived at their worldview, and how Koba, having been treated by the humans that he knew the way he was, would have a very justifiable worldview, and Dreyfus, having lost his family to a flu that came from the apes, would have understandable mistrust and terror of them, but also that there would be a chance to try and find a way to see if there was a way to make this work, and that's what the story became.
And now, Gary, for you, as Matt was saying, that the story doesn't really have a villain in a traditional sense, and I think in some ways it's supposed to be your character, and maybe a more simplistic version of the story, your character might be the most villainous, but here he's not a warmonger, he's not a hawk in the way that that character could be. And was that one of the things that appealed to you about the character, was the fact that it was richer and more complicated than simply a guy who wants to fight the apes?
Well, yes. I mean, when I first read the script, you know, it says "Dawn on the Planet of the Apes" on the cover, and then when I turned the last page, you know, it was a surprising read, because it was about family and community and loss and compassion and all of these things that was it was just not what I expected. And Matt and I had a conversation, and it was as he said, you know, it was a purposeful thing not to make anyone a villain in the sort of traditional sense. I mean, the character Dreyfus, in fact, gives Malcolm the benefit of the doubt, because at one point towards the end there, he says, "I'm going to go back," and Dreyfus says to him, "You have 3 days." Now he's erring on the side of caution, because he's saying, "Look, I'm going to go to the armory, and I'm going to kind of have a little snoop about, and I'm going to have Plan B, sort of up my sleeve." But he is not lacking in compassion, and like Andy's Caesar, you know, he is now in the same way, he has the sort of mantle of leadership and responsibility, and when the apes turn up at the camp, it does reignite that loss and that pain that he's feeling, and blame, I guess, you know, too. But I don't see him as I mean, look, Dreyfus wants to save the human race.
thing about them, they don't need power. Lights, heat, nothing. That's the advantage. That's what makes them stronger.
We both have families. You want to protect yours, I want to protect mine. It's our only chance for peace.
Are you aware?
No!
They are going to turn on you.
They're animals!
Caesar, it's your home.
Who was that? A good man like you. Caesar love humans more than apes.
If you threaten his family, he will retaliate.
Don't shoot! Don't you move!
Should we shoot him?
Maybe.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Hey. Oh, you want a drink?
Oh,
Okay, all right. Easy.
Easy.
All right.
what are you doing?
I'm saving the human race. Oh my God.
We made contact! Military! They're already on their way!
Caesar, you have to go.
Go where? This is my home. I'm sorry, my